What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. I know everyone is having a legendary day. You know it's a big Niner win when your boy smoking a blunt on air. Like you know it's a big Niner win. We got a big surprise for y'all too. Also, we've got some sad news. We lost a member of the Empire family. Jason and I are going to speak. Jason knew him better than I, but we're definitely going to dedicate the show to that brother. Um, and this Niner dub to that brother. But of course, before we get started, we are going to go ahead and help out Niner Faithful Radio by using your shop49ers.com affiliate link. Link is in the description of this podcast or video. Go to seatgiant.com. Use the promo code Niner Faithful Radio to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. Don't know if we're doing, Jason, we doing a Friday show? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Thumbs up. We're doing a Friday show, 6 p.m. here on the West Coast. To see everywhere you can subscribe to the show, go ahead and visit NinerFaithfulRadio.com/subscribe. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio and Twitter at Niner Faithful R. Catch pregame, halftime, and postgame this week. And of course, listen to the end of the show for your special 20% off coupon code for the Faithful, by the Faithful, Season 3 apparel, exclusively available at NinerFaithfulRadio.com/shop. Ladies and gentlemen, faithful of all ages, let's get the show cracking.
Weiss has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana, touchdown, John Taylor.
Damn, I'm hella mad. I almost got through everything I had to do, bruh, before the. Oh, damn! If I would have just stayed on Facebook, it hella was there. Anyway,
how's it, BC?
What's cracking, brother?
And how's it, Danielle? How you doing, brother?
You know me, brother. I'm doing legendary. Look,
it's a good and sad time.
Yeah, of course. Look, yeah, we didn't even talk about that. Like, my bad, bruh. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment of silence over Sunday, right?
I believe it was Monday morning. Because from what I understand, from what happened, is he did know that we won the game, and apparently he had some cake afterwards. So, I mean, that's not bad. You win a game, and you had some cake afterwards. So, I mean, let's bring up his pretty face. Not that one. There we go.
So yeah, when as Jason puts it up, okay, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and have a moment of silence for Corey. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I knew him the best or whatever like that, but you know, he was definitely somebody I remember always like comment on the show, would jump in. I watched some videos of me and him conversated a few times.
Yeah, so it was Sunday night.
And you know, everybody's gonna know whatever about this, but somebody that didn't grow up, except for what's up, John? Stuart Scott was pretty much the first like black sportscaster I remember, growing up.
Yeah, he's probably one of the bigger first ones.
We didn't have Stephen, when I was growing up, we didn't really, Stephen A wasn't a thing, Stuart Scott was kind of the pioneer and everything. And I remember kind of my boy had told me something, same boy that actually had me start Niner Faithful Radio. As I remember, I posted something on Facebook that was like, hey, you know what? I've never really seen any black doctors in San Jose. And he commented and he said, go be one. Right? And that's kind of was his attitude with the Niners. You know, like, hey, nigga, you want a show that doesn't have anybody else that ain't Niner fan, then go do it, nigga. You know, was basically his thing. And so, long story short, you know, to see a brother out there, you know, with chocolate skin that's repping this Niner gang and holding it down, that always made me feel good, bro. That I wasn't solo, but and I know I'm not. I know there's more than Corey and I, but still, like it felt Mike from Nothing But Niners. You know, it always feels good to, you know,
Breezy.
have a little color in the proceedings. Anyway,
yeah, great dude. Always smiling and happy. Yes. I think one of the last conversations I had, I think I actually pissed him off because it was about bringing sideline Wilkes down to the field, and me and him were arguing over how much like it was going to affect the team, and he was bound and determined that Wilkes needed to be on the sideline.
I remember that.
Like, he was actually, you know, he was getting up and going on that one. I was like, dude, he really wants the sideline Wilkes to be a thing. So I mean, you know, definitely a good guy. If everybody could, we're trying to get his YouTube channel likes up. I know he's at like 405, I believe is what it was earlier. Before I looked a little bit before the show, so it's about 405 or so. So if you guys could go over there, show him some love, just hit the like button on his YouTube. And yeah, great guy. Yeah, he will be missed, man. So
you know, it's always sad.
403. There you go. 403 is what DC says.
I'm always sad that whenever I see a faithful pass away, and you know, awesome, you know, way to go out, you know, after a big win like that, like you said, he knew we won and had some, you know, his victory cake. I will have my victory ice cream today, you know. But you know, we all have our little victory things. We appreciate you, bro. So, you know, but it always does break my heart to know, like, damn, bro. Another one who won't see the quest for a sixth end. Yeah. And I don't know about
no. He gets the good show now. He gets the good seats.
I like that. I like that. You know what? Hey, bro, real spit. At the end of the day, I'm a little jealous, bro. He gets to watch us win number 6 with Bill Walsh, Dwight, RCO. Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of people up there he can, you know, hang out with and watch the game with.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like that I'm like we're jealous, Corey. You know, I wish I could go be chilling with DC right now, bro. Like, what's cracking? You know, that big football stadium in the sky. Anyway, so RIP, brother. We dedicate this Niner W. We dedicate this show to you, bro. In your memory. May it do justice.
Last thing before we actually get started. Fuck cancer. That's all. Oops.
Fuck
this
cancer,
one too.
Bro.
Fuck cancer, but this one's fucking funny.
Yeah.
I clicked out, but I actually clicked on this one.
Yeah, that one. I saw that. That's pretty funny.
So
look, I want to say this before we officially get started today. Yeah, when I first saw that, I was like, ugh.
We know that's Holden. Look. We all know that's Holden. Fuck Lane Johnson for false starting on every goddamn play.
Every single fucking
play.
My girl said, babe, can he do that? My girl straight up said, babe, can he start like that? Because they were showing Bosa, you know, and they were showing the matchup and the, you know, Lane Johnson versus Nick Bosa. And she was like, babe, can he start before like that? My girl noticed it, bruh. And so, shout out to Dre Man Greenlaw. Hey, I've heard that so many times. Yeah. So we're gonna get to that.
Have you seen the picture?
No, I have not seen the picture.
All right, I'll
pull it up. So, before I get started, look, I want to say this. You know, Jason and I were very clear. This ain't the Super Bowl. You know, all that. We tried to, you know, button it up, and it's just a week, kind of like the Niners. But we're going to laugh and we're going to gloat a little bit on this fucking show. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to say this before I forget this week because I want to give this man his props. Kindercorn MVP of the week is one Mr. Deebo Samuel. 7 touches, 308 total yards, and 3 touchdowns. Hey, show me the lie, bro. Show me the lie. Show me the
Draymond Green.
Show me the lie.
I don't know who made this,
bro.
but this shit's amazing.
Show me the lie. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna talk about Debo. Javon Kinlaw, to me, let's be real, that first sack was a little, but
hey man, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
hey, shit, I'll take it. But because I felt this was a very pressure game, not a very sack game. But let's be real. In a closer ball game, Jalen Hurts kind of did his thing on us a little bit. Game got away from him a little bit. We made enough plays, but let's be real. I don't feel that the Eagles played badly.
It wasn't their worst game.
I feel
they legitimately played better or played worse and won games simply because they were better like the fourth quarter in close games, stuff like that.
And I remember, going outside to smoke a cigarette and a blunt and then share the show, your show and everything. And my girl, somebody was walking out and everything, goes, looking good. And I said, hey, brother, second half team. I said, look, I think this is going to be a close game. I said, I expected Nick Sirianni to go in there and be like basically the fuck, y'all looking like some bitches. Like, how are they you're going to let them talk their shit. Like, that's what he was doing all week. Bang, bang, Leo.
How's it going, Leo? How's it going, brother?
Showed him the clips and everything like that. And y'all going to let them do that to you? Like that, I'm sorry. That's just what I would have said if I'm a head coach. Let's be real. What is he doing? Like, he's not doing anything
after the start. Especially after the start that they got,
that was their start of the
Danielle. Like I said, Daniel said, we had negative 6 yards in the first half. Negative. That is insane to know that we went backwards in the first quarter.
6 yards, bro.
We spotted them.
It was very clear. Like, did we run one of those plays?
What do you mean? Did we run one of those plays?
Run the ball. Any of those first 6 plays offensively? Now, I know we did twice.
But they were like end runs and stuff, weren't they?
But yeah, but it felt like Kyle almost really felt like Kyle came out to send a message.
And then realized real quickly that shit wasn't working.
And realized real quickly that shit wasn't working, and then realized, you know what? We're just better than them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Look. First of all, I don't know if Jason wants to sing along, but I am gonna sing it. I don't give a fuck. Hold on, let me push it. Ladies and gentlemen, ready?
Do I need to put it up on the screen?
I got it right here. Okay, I'm totally off. Hold on. There's a delay. Bye. Okay, hold on. We'll do it again. Hold on. That was horrible.
That was terrible, man.
Okay, you know what, Jason? You're gonna have to hold on. Okay. There you go. Thanks, Ryan. Thank you. On the road to misery, sky eagle, sky blue, big one. Okay, I'll sing it without the music. Cry, eagles, cry on the road to misery. Sigh, eagles, sigh, blow the big game. 1, 2, 3. Miss them high, loft them low, and watch our eagles die. Bye, eagles, bride, bridesmaids of the NFC. LOSERS legal. Woo! That was an ass whooping, bruh. I'm sorry, y'all had to suffer through that, but I have never been
clip that out of the.
Yeah, right. So anyway, there's such like I've never been so like, I mean, I watched the pregame from last year, right? I've never felt so fired up before a game, and just like my girl was even excited, you know, and she's like, you know, like, wow, like, you know, they could really, you know, go to the Super Bowl. And I've never like had my energy sucked out of me so fast. And like, not like some, oh, they had a big play, you know what I'm saying? But hey, we're back in this fucking, you know what I'm saying? Where you could just like just no shot in hell. You know, and I've just never had that happen.
Right.
And
before you go on,
go ahead.
I don't know. I think the sound. Hopefully, you guys can hear the sound.
This one.
Go Birds! Let's go Birds! ELGS!
My dude knew. You see the look on his face?
Yeah,
dude knew. He was like,
So anyway, no.
I think most of us were pumped up because I mean,
to me,
we had talked up for 308 days. We had talked our shit. Everybody did. And then we walked up in that motherfucker and we backed it up.
I mean, they were like, to me, everything was a message. And this to me, I think, wasn't it? And see, the thing about it is what I like about this is it wasn't even the being Eagle heads. I'm so happy. And I know you guys were. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because to me, this was clearly like everybody showing up in black. That was a message.
That except for Brock.
Debo returning kicks. I literally remember you shared it with the inactives. Ronnie Bell returning kicks. I literally said it on air, like, "Oh, Ronnie Bell's going to be returning kicks today." The fuck, Debo's returning kicks. That was a message.
I was like this because I was kind of still kind of sleepy when the game started, or I was, you know, that's almost. I saw. I was like, Debo, what the fuck's Debo going back there? Then Debo's like, you know what? I don't give a damn if this is 9 yards in the end zone. I'm taking this bitch out.
I bet you, bro. He would probably give up 3 touchdowns this year to be able to take that opening kickoff to the house.
I mean, he's a damn good kick returner. The only reason why he doesn't is because we need him.
Yeah, he's
an offensive weapon.
But
otherwise, if he wasn't that good, he was
I like
the best
the fact that we
return man.
pull it out emergency situation and hey, let's go. You know, just simply get the ball with Debo's hands because I think we realized. There's my girl sent me something, threw me off. Okay. Anyway, everything's good. That's why I checked. But anyway, so everything was about a message, and it wasn't about last year. You know what I'm saying? It was about, hey, guess what? You're the number 1 seed. We're gonna show you that we can come in your house and we can whoop the shit out of you like we've done every other team. And the Niners don't just beat you, they take your fucking soul. You know what I'm saying? Like, we took their soul. We have the type of losses where I guarantee you they're looking in the mirror and they're asking themselves questions. They're questioning themselves. Because I don't care if that game's in Philadelphia. They win every game the rest of the year. They have to look at themselves in the mirror the day they wake up for the NFC Championship game. And they're going to have an inch of doubt. When Fred Warner is looking into somebody's eyes and is going to make them turn away, they're going to turn away. There are people on that
Trent.
team.
No offense, I'm still more scared of Trent.
Oh, yeah. Bro, did you see that picture I showed to the Facebook chat? Where I said, bro, Trent literally looks like a man fucking possessed. I don't want any of that smoke, bruh. Like, he's just, I'm just like.
Yeah, he did look a little psycho in that one.
I don't want any of that, bruh.
So for those of you who don't know what TJ is talking about.
Just look at that, bruh. Oh
look
my God.
Look at Trent's face with this. Why is this not getting any bigger? Jesus.
No, I die. Like, just, bro, I always want to put that on a shirt. Like, the man has no soul. Like, oh, God, bro, I don't want any of that smoke. So, I mean, today was about sending a message. Can we show some love for Jenna Watford? Man, is bruh. I looked at my girl and I literally looked at her and said, you know why the reason we're blowing them out, babe?
How's it be up?
Is I said, look, their receivers are legit. Let's be real. We'll get to the defense. But AJ Brown and Devontae Smith were issues all fucking day. Why their offensive coordinator just did not slant us to death, I do not understand.
It made absolutely no sense. It was moving the ball. They were getting tons of it, especially in like the first quarter, first half. We were back tackling. We were doing that shoulder tackle bullshit, and I was stuff. And so it was working, and all of a sudden they just stopped. I'm like, why'd you stop, man?
Yeah, it was clear. It was clear because every hit we were trying to take them out the game. Let's talk about the Dre Greenlaw play. I'm proud. First, I want to say this. I'm proud of the offense because what it showed me today is how many of these games have we seen that would have been probably 3 or 4 touchdowns and the rest field goals? No, it was 6
used to the last 5 or 6 years.
It was 6 touchdowns.
In a row.
6 in a row. The first touchdown drive started off like every other drive. It was second.
Terribly.
This is why I remember Henry Middlecoff said, can the Niners look, if the Niners go out and it looks like every other game, that's not going to impress me. Unless they win an ugly 24-17, 24-20 type of ball game. Where, you know what, it didn't look great. But they got together at the end or got lucky with the pick or something, you know?
Yeah.
And look, besides field goals, not touchdowns, which you're not going to beat this Niner team on most days. On days we're humming, you're not going to beat us with field goals. No. So, when we took a breath, and I remember that third drive, I said after the third drive, the second drive, I said to only be down 6 and you score a touchdown right here, or get a pick 6 or a fumble, a scoop and score, and all of a sudden you have the lead. The Green Bay game. Everybody wants to talk about Jimmy Ward with the blocked field goal before, to end the half. Literally, Huff scoop and score. We don't have the lead. We're still down. I believe it would have been about 2 points or 1 point or something like that. So everybody talks about these little plays. To not be down 7, 10, 14, nothing was huge. And ultimately, I think that's what cost him the game.
What's up, Ryan from No Border Sports? Make sure you go over to his channel.
How you doing?
Some love. Yeah, not only that, but when we finally got that first down, after being, was it 2nd and 15 or 1st and 15, whatever it was, that throw by Brock was actually one of his better ones to Kittle, because he rolled out all the way to the other side of, to the right side of hash mark, and then had to throw all the way across to Kittle. That one, I'm not gonna lie, I sat there when it was in the air. I was like, okay, we got it. But yeah, there was some butt puckering when that ball was in the air, because that was a long ass throw that he had to make for that one.
Jason, did you shed? I ain't gonna lie, I shed a little tear with that wheel route to CMC.
Oh yeah,
how perfect and beautiful. And you know what? Hold on for a second.
Right?
Fuck Colin Cowherd. Say my nigga ain't fucking franchise quarterback now. Say it. Say it.
Banana, what's up, brother?
Say my quarterback isn't a franchise quarterback. What more do you want the man to do?
Hey, mo, sorry ass man. So long.
Infield.
That was some bullshit just because the man had his hat down backwards. Come on, I don't want my quarterback to look like a frat boy.
Thing ever show was literally a picture of Tom Brady wearing his hat the same way.
Yeah. Brady wears hat backwards all the damn time. Oops.
I always hate people like that because, like, I remember my boy looked at me and said, bro, like, how could you wear sweats all day? I said, my nigga, I'll make money. You know what I'm saying? Whether
I'm
it's
fucking
not,
comfortable. That's why.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, I felt that, like, you know what I was wearing? Not nothing, but you know what I was wearing when I made our best selling t-shirts are George Kittle t-shirt. Our best selling t-shirt. I was wearing sweats and a beater with a blanket over me when I made that shirt.
Who gives a shit?
Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's our best selling t-shirt.
Yeah, I mean,
made us
and
more
like
money
you were
than
just
any
talking about
other
earlier,
shirt.
like how they all walked in wearing nothing but black, looking mean as
That's
fuck.
the message.
And then Brock walked in looking like he just walked out of Kohl's, cold as shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody else is dressed in all black, looking mean as fuck. And then here comes Brock, you know, with the typical white guy haircut, just looked like he walked out of Kohl's, and then he just carved up fucking Eagles. So I mean,
what more does he
I
have
hate
to do?
Cowherd. I hate Cowherd. I hate him and every fucking thing he stands for. He's right up there with fucking Skip Bayless for me.
You know, I respect. See, I respect Skip in a way because Skip doesn't hide the fact he's a Cardinals fan.
No, I'll give him that.
You know, and I respect that. Like, ultimately, if I became the Niners Skip Bayless, would I really, Jason? If you became the Niners Skip Bayless, would you really be mad at that?
Yes,
I would.
I do not want to look that stupid on live TV.
Well, there you go. But
sorry, but I would rather have a little bit of.
I feel you and I
Skip Bayless.
100. Look, I remember going on 2018, literally like, dude, I have nothing to say. This team's garbage. Nick Bosa better be worth it. Like, there were some shows that me and Adam just pretty much said that shit. Like
this
and
shit
just
sucks.
like, you know, like this shit.
See you next week.
See you next week, basically. You know, I mean, that's what makes me more sad about Corey. Is for us content creators who made content in the dark days, you know how beautiful it'll feel the day I walk in air after we end the quest for 6. Like, I'm gonna cry, y'all. I'm just gonna tell y'all that now. I'll be drunk, I'll be high. Shit, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, bro. Like, I literally looked at my girl. I was like, you know, I've thought about it a lot. I said, but I wonder if I just kind of stand there in shock. Like, I just don't know.
A, B, C, and D.
And I think it also depends on the type of game. Let's be real. If it's fucking 28-0 Niners at halftime, you know, it's a lot different than Jake Moody drilled a 56-yard field goal to have the Niners win by 1. You know? The emotions of those two games are a lot different.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I think, I don't know who I was talking to about it before, but, you know, the last time we won, I was like 17 years old. Okay. I'm 45 now. You know what I mean? So it's just like, do I remember winning that Super Bowl? I remember having a good time because I remember I got in trouble for watching it in the airport terminal because that's where everybody hung out when you live in Japan, and because my dad was there. So I mean, I remember having fun. It was worth being grounded because I skipped school because it was a Monday morning. All that completely worth it. But being now as the age I am now, I think I would actually appreciate it just a little bit more, like in a different way.
More. Well, let's be real. We were on.
Jess, how's it going for their
it's
been, podcast?
What's up, Niner Minded? Good to see you, baby.
How's it, Bash? How you doing, brother? Oh,
I got it.
If you're good.
Let's be real. It's been enough time that a couple generations, like, that was cool what happened in 81, you know, 84, 88, 89, 94, awesome. But, like, that was my dad's. Like, that was my grandpa's. You know what I'm saying? It's been enough time that some people have grown up. Like, think about that, Jason. Like, we're 28 years. Like, people are almost 30, bruh, who were born the year we won it. Like Jamie. Jamie was born in 1994.
I do have to give a shout out to 49er Minded, aka Bash. He was the first person to call me 49er captain, which is where this thing has kind of taken off and done its own thing now. So he was the first to call me that when he saw the hat.
The man, the myth, the legend. Hey, Bash, you gonna be at the Seahawks game? Let me know, bro, in the comments. So your boy's broke. So if you're gonna be actually, you know what? If anybody's gonna be at the Niner Christmas game, let me know, bro. I'll probably buy some listeners and shit. I wish. Sorry, bro. All good. Oh so yeah, of course. Yeah. We ran into each other at the Giants game.
Yeah, I remember you told me about that. So did you see the transactions for today?
Yeah, what the fuck is going on with TDP, bro?
What is with us and running backs drafted?
I mean,
I'm pulling it up right now so everybody can see.
I would be curious of what it is. Is Bobby Turner as good as evaluating running backs as we think he is?
So for those of you that don't know, we have waived running back TDP, who, whether you can, almost like in a Trey Lance situation to where you never really got the shot because the guys ahead of you were good kind of a thing. You know what I mean? That whole situation, injuries, blah, blah, blah. So he just never got in the field, never really got a chance. But yeah, and then we also picked up, but we did sign. The reason why we waived him was because we picked up defensive back Logan Ryan, who can play either the cornerback or back at safety. I'm going to guess he's probably going to spend more time at safety. So, but yeah, so that's what we have. That was today's transactions.
Yeah, I saw that Twitter or so. I can't remember. So, yeah, what's like? So,
what do you?
I don't know how I feel about that, bro. Because it's like, so has the team learned its lesson?
Yes. Stop drafting running backs.
Yes.
Before like the 5th or 6th round. I mean,
have we learned our lesson?
Speaking of, I know Trey Sermon got some playing time last night. It was last night and the night before. I heard his name.
I lost you for a second, bro. What happened?
I know Trey Sermon got some playing time. I can't remember if it was, I forget who he plays for right now, but I heard his name a couple of times on the TV during other stuff. I was like, what? He's still in the league? Yeah, I was like, I didn't even know he was still in the league. I thought he washed out already.
I'd be curious if he signed to the practice squad.
I wouldn't mind having him there. I mean, he has to clear waivers first, but
yeah. But I'd be curious if that's Yes, sir. We dedicated the show to him. So I had a moment of silence for him before the show started. So anyway, defensively.
I thought it was pretty damn good. So I see a lot of people like, oh, we didn't get a whole lot of sacks. There wasn't pressure. He had all day to what is the one thing Jalen Hurts is known for?
It was clearly Bosa did say, like, look, we weren't looking to get sacks today. It was clearly like we're not trying to make them scramble 50 yards, you know?
Exactly. So besides 3 or 4 plays where Hurts did get outside, got some first downs, was able to roll out a little bit, they kept contained damn good. Yes, that meant that he had 20 fucking seconds to throw the ball. But guess what? Them DBs were playing their ass off. Mooney Moore was just fucking locked down again. You know what I mean? He didn't follow AJ Brown like he did DK Metcalf. But
he did
everybody in that back, he did.
And but those slants started roasting him.
Yeah. So, but at the same time, the play design on some of those slants to where you had someone crossing in front of you, they were designed to get him off him and get those guys into space just like we do. But the contain by the defensive line.
Yeah, I saw that.
So yeah, I mean, there were still pressures, but I see a lot of people, because of the amount of time that he had to stand back there and survey the field, Guess what he was looking at? Covered wide receivers. He had nowhere to throw.
Yeah, it was very clear.
They were good.
This is the one thing I love about the Niners is I feel like, yeah, you could say, pass interferences, we have a lot of them or whatever like that, but we know the rules. So, like, for example, there was a clear PI by, I think it was Embry or whatever, but the ball was tipped. No PI on a tip ball. You feel me? I remember
get your head around.
Emmanuel Mosley, the famous play, the famous fake punt in New Orleans. Wasn't it Emmanuel Mosley? You know what the play I'm talking? It was a fake punt, and there was and because the way that they lined up was no PI.
Oh yeah. I got you. I remember now. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like, so yeah, it was PI, but there's no PI. So I will say that the Niners are very well coached in the rules.
Yes.
Now, I felt for the most part, and we'll get to the situation. The most part, the refs let him play.
Oh yeah, it was a pretty damn physical game.
It was like, let's be real. You and I were talking in the green room. If we were late, this is slightly why we were late. You and I were talking in the green room. And I said, look, the refs are fans too. They know Debo talked his shit. And, they know everything. They're not stupid. I felt the refs let him play. Now, okay, I have to say these two things. One, I was very clearly emotional when I was calling him some possibly kind of racist things and some very homophobic things and everything like that. I was emotional. I was your boy Niner Faithful. I was an owner of Niner Faithful. I was fan mode, and this is why I don't do the post game. So I only do the pregame, which y'all see how that turns out sometimes. But look, yeah, like you and I talked about, I felt that to eject either of them was ridiculous. Right? I felt that was why was Dre Greenlaw ejected? Dre Greenlaw was ejected because Jason, do you have it up? Oh, you already showed it, right?
Which one?
Dre Greenlaw, Draymond Greenlaw.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, I said, what did I say? Show me the lie, bro. Show me the lie.
Yeah.
We all know his reputation. It was clearly we're going to eject him before he does something that has Trent tossing people halfway across the football field. Let's be real. Trent could do it. Like,
he's become this for us.
Yes, he is. That's what he is. Bosa said something very interesting. He said he's the enforcer of our defense. We're not going to tell him to not play that way. Cool. But if they would have came back and won that ball game, Dre Greenlaw would have been. I mean, you thought the Trey Lance debate was hot. I mean, Dre Greenlaw, you would either been cut him, Well,
and here's my thing with it. The reason why it upsets me is I've said all season long that shit's going to
You have been consistent.
And lo and behold, in a big game, it can't mean we did win and blow out. So, I mean, what if that shit happens in the Super Bowl and he gets kicked out? The reason why he was kicked out wasn't necessarily because of the face in Don and all that. It was the fact that had he stayed on the field, he was going to become a target for retaliation. And that's just the way it goes. Philly was going to come after him. And that was going to get ugly, possible. The part with me is like he easily could have just shoved him out of bounds. Nothing is done after that. Nothing. The play is over. None of that extracurricular shit happens. He gets to play the rest of the game. The Don guy, who, for everything that I've seen, is actually a pretty chill dude. You know what I mean? It's like he's the kind of guy you want to know because he kind of is chill. He hangs out with everybody, And honestly, I don't think what he did was necessarily bad. All he did as a security guard was he kind of put his arm there simply to try and break it up before anything, and then Dre did the whole finger thing. So I don't even think what he did was terrible. As a security guard, you're supposed to stop something that was starting to get a little physical between those guys. So, like I said, I know people probably roast me for that, but like I said, I don't care. We know that they were making a point by ejecting them. You can still target people, can you not? Even if you're getting your ass kicked, you can still target people.
But I mean, Ryan, we have to agree. This was whether he become a target. This was we don't want to lose control of this football game.
Yeah.
But I'm with Jason in the sense of it's a very thin line.
Yeah, it is.
And you know what? You live by the sword, you die by the sword. And so one day, you pump your chest when he's, pile drive, whatever, you're going to have to live with that. It cost us in the game. You're going to have to live with that.
Like I said, he could have easily pushed him out of bounds. He was 2 feet from being out of bounds. Just whoop, end the play.
Look, I literally said everything we did today was a statement. Showing up in black, that was a statement. Debo returning kickoffs, Debo waving bye-bye. I mean, y'all look at the thumbnail.
When they ran out to Philly's side, when they were still warming up and the whole team ran up to Philly.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very, there's an old saying, best way to stop a bully is to punch him in the mouth. But what do you do if the bully punches back? And that's what this was today. Philly punched us in the mouth those first 2 drives. But we punched back. And they were used to teams folding after enough punches. But we weren't folding. We were a motivated football team. Now, as we wrap up with this week and slightly get into a preview of this week, this is the second half of what we were concerned about, Jason, when we first talked about the schedule. If we figured the first 2 of these 3 we're going to be easy. Like, you get up for Thanksgiving, first Seahawks game, going there, all that, right? You get the 10 days against the Eagles. Look, if we didn't, all that, right?
Yeah.
Now, this is where the second half of that issue comes before. Because after the Eagles, and clearly what was in motion, are we going to not be drained? We're going to be able to show up against the Seahawks, a team we know we should destroy. Hell yeah, bro. That's exactly what I've been doing. You know what? And you know what? I'm going to wear my hat backwards starting next game. And especially if we win the game, I will forever wear my hat backwards for Brock. I will wear every Niner hat.
I think I posted a selfie Sunday morning of mine.
I remember exactly that picture. I was like, that's why Jason's my fucking co-host, bro. Let's go. I was not going to wear my hat backwards, bro, because I didn't want us to fucking lose.
I don't think that have an emotional down because it's the Seahawks. We know.
I hope so.
If there's a team that we just like almost as or dislike as much.
Listen to Fred Warner's pregame speech this year. We hate these motherfuckers.
Yeah. So there's that. Plus, if we win this game, the division's pretty much done. We have
the Yams are the only reason the division. Look, the best scenario we could walk out with, Yams lose, and essentially a win in Arizona next week wraps up the division.
Yeah. So I mean,
that's
we definitely can.
Best case scenario.
But we all but put a stamp in it, kind of thing.
Yeah. We would have to. It would have to be collapse of epic proportions for us not to be division champs. And so really, honestly, y'all don't want to get me started. Look, Jerry and Steve will always be my 2 favorite Niners unless I go to Steve, and I say because there's, I know I always tell this story, but there's a video. So I've seen it. I swear to God, there's a video. I can't find it anymore, but there's a video of Steve pulling Jerry. I remember watching it when I was a kid. There's a video of Steve pulling Jerry, and he goes, Jerry, where are we going? And they both go, we're going to Disneyland after they won Super Bowl 29. And Jerry came out and said, there's an interview of Jerry saying that if Joe Montana wasn't a white quarterback, if Jerry was white, or they basically had we're going to Disneyland in the year that Jerry won the MVP. They always go to that Super Bowl MVP because that's what they say. Hey, so-and-so, you just won the MVP. Where are you going? They go, I'm going to Disneyland. So he said that basically because he wasn't a white quarterback, that's why they went and did Joe Montana.
There might be some.
I've always believed. No, I watched the interview where Jerry said it, and I've always believed that that's the reason why Steve pulled him and was like, "Hey, Jerry, because it was hey, Jerry, where we go," and did that. I've always believed, and that's why Steve's always been my second favorite Niner. If it wasn't for Steve, it'd be Frank Gore, and Ronnie Lott. But anyway, my two favorite players on the team right now are Fred Warner and George Kittle. Like, no questions, no ifs, ands. I love Trent. I love Bosa. I'll throw up my T's for Huff. You saw Debo giving a shout out to Huff for wearing the necklace.
Yeah.
Huff, there's a video of Huff said, "Hey, this is for you, Huff." Yeah. So, yes, Miss.
Check this one out.
Epic win, incredible.
Shit.
Go ahead, do your thing, bro.
Yeah,
Jason does all these technical backstage shit that I have no idea what he's doing. Oh, bro. Oh, God. Oh, God.
I hope that fan is at every game for this.
Bro, I swear to God.
For the avian.
Bro,
and
we have to find out who this fan is. We have to talk to people with the order. Like, we have to make sure this nigga's at every game.
Right.
Yeah. Like, Debo's the second, like Debo, because this is the thing about it is I've known that you and I have talked about it, that Debo's a short-termer. Like, it's kind of always very a balance of what is his body going to fall apart. Right? Like, we've acknowledged that with Debo.
Yeah, with his physical.
George Kittle and Fred Warner, in their heart and soul, in my heart and soul, feel like they should be lifelong Niners. Yeah. Like George Kittle being like, let's be real. George Kittle saved the 2017 draft.
Yeah.
Basically. He feels like the player of the Shanahan era. Been there since the beginning, i.e. Dwight and Joe with Bill Walsh.
Same thing with Eric.
Oh, Miss Veronica, I have to tell you something later. Anyway, you don't want to get me started on Debo. I was literally, big shout out to the Canyon Inn for dealing with me Sunday. I was literally skipping, saying, "Tuck your chain. We snatching chains out here, nigga." I was literally just like, you don't understand. I was all for the Debo smoke this game. You don't know how fire.
He talked it and he backed it up.
Oh, you don't know how much, bruh. Look at this. You don't know how bad I wanted to make this Brock Purdy. But I had to.
No, I think
Debo.
You had to give that one to Debo.
You had to. I feel Debo's the reason we won. And it's funny because Debo's one of those right now. Jason, top of your head, top 5 Niners.
Joe,
don't think. Just go.
Jerry.
No. On the team right now. My bad. On the team right now.
Oh, on the team. Purdy, Fred, Bosa, Debo, Ayuk.
Okay.
And just, you know what I mean? It's just.
But I mean, but it's CMC, but you left off CMC.
I did. Like I said, you kind of just
so Debo's one of those, but at any moment, at any game, for any stretch of games, he could take over the league.
Yeah, he does.
This team clearly was not the same without Trent Williams and Debo. This team's about sending message. We're a bully. We're physical.
It's the Kittle Corn Award.
Yes. Look, read it. Oh, my bad.
Wrong one.
Kittle Corn, MVP of the week. Brian, I never told you the story of why I call him Kittle Corn. So I was buying red Gatorade. I was going training camp his rookie year. Or no, it was 2018. It was 2018. Training camp 2018. No, it was rookie year. Training camp is rookie year. And I was buying some red Gatorades for camp. And I walked into Safeway and they had a red and gold Kettle Corn box. And I looked at it and I said, I'm going to have George Kittle sign this. And I walked up and I signed it and he looked at it and he laughed. And I said, hey, I'm going to make this a thing. Look, and he smiled at me and I said, Kettle Corn, Kettle Corn coming up, right? And he signed it. And that's why I call him Kittle Corn. And I always say, oh yeah, you don't know, like Kittle Corn he fires up my soul, bro. And Fred Warner, like, I'll never forget the look in his eyes before the cry. And I said, bro, Fred's a man, like he's just on, like, I don't know how to describe it. I don't remember Ronnie Lott's career, but I feel in my soul, him and Patrick Willis, like Patrick Willis hit-wise, and in his soul, but also Fred Warner in his soul, maybe not hit-wise, but in his soul, he feels like he's Ronnie Lott. Like, and I'm all for, I literally remember the pick 6 against the Yams right before halftime, looking at Mama Debbie at the game and saying, he just became the best linebacker in football. Bruh, Beto, if you listen to the show, bruh, please message me. I'm trying to get jerseys for Christmas because my girl said, babe, I got the money. I'm trying to get jerseys, bruh. I need me a white throwback Brock fucking Purdy jersey. The team store don't sell them. I fucking don't care what I got to do. I want that.
Talk to BC.
Jersey.
BC said he might be able to get you one.
Yeah, BC, holla at me. Because I want my freaking jersey. My girl said I got $50. That's what Beto sells his jersey for, right? $50?
I want to say that's about right.
Yeah, okay. So, anyway, so big win, huge win, statement win. I mean, I was walking around Canyon Inn. And my girl, every time I did, goes, I'm so glad we didn't go to Philly. I was like, babe, I would have been in a fight. I'd have been in that motherfucker. Go, die.
My wife was like, no, I'm not trying to see you in jail for the next 10 years.
She literally said it's the last thing. Because on my bucket list how I have seen the Niner game at every NFL stadium, right?
Yeah.
So, she literally said it has to be the last stadium I ever visit.
Yeah, like if I had something like that would probably be like,
I was like, really, babe?
I
said, over the clink? She goes, it's Lumen Field. I said, I don't give a fuck. It's the clink. I said, so I was like, over the clink? I said, really? I said, look, I was like, we could not even be a rival with the Eagles in 20 years. I said, we'll always hate the Sheepcocks. I said,
yeah,
you really think the NFL's going to...
Philly's a tougher town, though.
Yeah.
Easily a tougher town.
Oh, yeah, easily.
So I mean, that's the thing.
Like, I'm going to get, and that's what my girl's point was. It's like, babe, you're going to get in some shit because at some point you can only let somebody say something. Like, you're not the type of person that's going to allow, if somebody throws a battery at you, you don't pick it up and chuck it right back at them. And I was like, that's exactly what I would do. And she goes, and that's why you would get in a fight. And I was like, yeah, babe. I was like, you don't understand my hatred of the Sheepcocks, babe.
And I live here, but
yeah.
I'd be more scared to go like Philly because, like I said, they are across every sport, they are exactly the same. Like they're a bunch of.
Oh yeah. Because I looked, and my girl was
sport.
asking, and I said, "No, babe, like this ain't a Niners thing. Like it's a very like besides our shit talking, it was a very hey, you just happen to be the team we play this week, bro. Like I said, this is what Philly fans do, and I said honestly, I probably respect them, and look and say, look, I love people who ride and die with their team, bro. I'm about this life, bro. This is what I do. This is who Niner faithful is. Cause I respect the fuck out of anybody. But I said it's when you said you're like, bro, you don't think they'd drop a hard R?
Yeah.
You said you don't think they'd say something to your girl. You
exactly.
don't see you say something to your girl.
Yeah.
And now she's crying, and I'm just gonna walk down the street, my thumb up my ass while my girl's crying, and they're calling her a fat bitch or something. Yeah, that's really gonna happen. After I've been drinking and smoking, yeah, that's really gonna happen. And we whoop their ass. Come on, bruh. Like I was not gonna be out there. No, come on, cuz. I literally the first step I took out of the Hard Rock Cafe in Denver, I literally let out the biggest no I could, bruh. And I got a few of them back and everything like that. Like,
but like bruh. So like here's an example of it. Like when I went to the Thanksgiving game, there's yelling back and forth. One guy towards the end of the game, kind of he's completely trash. He's like, "Fuck you," and I hope you get in an accident on the way home. One guy. Everybody, like, I didn't even get a chance to say anything because, like, all the other people around me, like, took care of it because they were like, okay, he's about to whoop this dude's ass. If I was in Philly, everybody else would have said the same thing to me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's
you would have probably had some people who made it happen.
Yeah, so that's the difference between, like, what would happen up here in Seattle versus Philadelphia.
They have a very mentality of there's 70,000 of us, there's 4,000 of you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck you really gonna do? The thing, I really, truthfully, what my girl has to worry about is when they come here. You don't think they're gonna try to do shit to the Joe statue and the Ket statue? And bruh, like real spit. You think I can allow that to happen? The man who goes by the statues and kisses them before every game? Which
is why I said the whole thing with fucking with their Philadelphia shit is stupid. We don't. If you don't want that shit at your house,
yeah. Look, yeah, bro. Like,
if you don't want shit done to your statues, don't.
Yeah. That's just. It's the Joe one. I wouldn't feel offended because I feel that Joe doesn't feel like a Niner. Joe feels like he just happened to play for the Niners. You know what I'm saying? Like when he on KMBR, the Niners flagship station, gave the little, well, I played for both teams. I was like, Joe, if you don't get I lost a lot of respect for Joe right there. Like really. Like, you know what, Joe? You love to sell your bottles of whiskey that have you in a Niner jersey with your famous pose, right? Right? You love marketing that, right? Oh, you do? You love marketing that, right? Oh, but when it came time for you to choose your loyalty, you played Switzerland? Joe happened to play for the Niners.
I said, another content creator. Please go like and subscribe to his channel as well.
Okay, come at me. Joe's greatest quarterback ever lived, but Joe could have played for any team. Dwight feels like a Niner. I'm sorry. I cannot let the man who died because he played football statue get disrespected. Give a fuck what we did to the Philly statue. I can't let that happen, cuz. I can't. Y'all, whatever other statues y'all want to touch, can't touch 87, cuz. I can't.
Call people like Joe sometimey. It's basically that's basically it right there.
That's what Joe is. Look, love him. Joe is the greatest quarterback that ever played. But Joe loves to be when it's convenient. And for anybody who's ever met him, I told my boss this. My boss's husband is one of the managers at the Safeway that Joe Montana shops at. Right? Has several pictures with Joe, has signed jerseys, whole 9 yards. Unless you develop a relationship with Joe, Joe is not a punctual person. You know, Joe's not the greatest. You know, so I would say one thing.
Damn.
I feel like Brady is better and more of a Niner fan than Joe.
Brady has shouted out the Niners organization many a times. He really has. He's gone out of his way and said, that was still my dream. I always, grew up loving them, blah, blah, blah.
Let's be real. Tom Brady's dream was to play for the Niners.
This close. This close.
Giovanni Camazzi. Bro, I swear to God.
That's a long list we can go down for that one, man.
Bro.
You thought that Brock is Mr. Irrelevant and Brady was Mr. Irrelevant before Brock, basically.
I looked at my girl and I said, look, if Brock wins the Super Bowl, I said, be like, sure, Tom Brady, like, fine. But I said, like, there will be no bigger success story in the NFL unless it's an undrafted free agent. I said, let's be real. Tony Romo is an outlier.
Yeah, pretty good one.
And you know what? Honestly, I think Tony Romo plays for us. I think if Tony Romo was our quarterback instead of Alex Smith in 2012 and didn't get hurt, I think we had a better chance of the Super Bowl, honestly. But I feel Tony Romo and Alex Smith, two quarterbacks that honestly, their most talented, best teams, they both got hurt.
Yeah.
That's how Dak got the job, and that's how Cap got the job. The Alex Smith and Tony Romo are probably about the two best quarterbacks who feel like they probably got robbed in the NFL. Because I promise you, bro, there are faithful that I met that will go to their grave swearing we would have won that Super Bowl with Alex.
And Alex got hosed twice because he went to the Chiefs and lost to my homie.
Yeah, honestly. But before we get up out of here, let me ask you something.
Sure.
Patrick Mahomes carves up this defense. Am I right or am I wrong? Fine, whether
Not
the
this
Chiefs,
year.
the Chiefs, whether the Chiefs drop the ball or whatever like that, but Patrick Mahomes, like I put it to you, if it's Niners Chiefs in the Super Bowl, Niners win. But could you see Patrick Mahomes being the MVP of the Super Bowl? No?
Mahomes is not what he had. They've kind of, their talent level has gone down, and so has his play. He's still good. I'm not saying he's trash, but the Chiefs this year are not the Chiefs.
One game.
The Chiefs but again,
Andy Reid versus
not the team.
Steve Wilkes, Jason. Andy Reid versus Steve Wilkes.
Okay. We still have a guy named Debo who, again, can take over any one game. So, I mean,
which is why I said what? Niners win the game, but Patrick Mahomes gets the MVP.
You're never going to have a losing player.
Yeah, there's been 2 times, I believe. 2 times losing teams have gotten the MVP. I believe it's twice. I know it's at least once, but because I believe it was a Raider or something. But yeah. 99.9% of the time goes from the winning team. Because let's be real, the best player usually plays for the winning team.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, Bosa had 4 sacks that game. Niners win that game. The Niners win that Super Bowl. Bosa has 4 sacks. Shit, Bosa just has 1 sack. The right play. He wins MVP and the Niners win that Super Bowl. Okay, there you go. I knew it was at least 1. I knew it was like a Raider or Krieger or somebody like that.
And that
so it has happened. Could you see? Pat, we square off for Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes has 5 TD passes. Brock has 3. And then you add a CMC rushing and a Debo rushing. So you're going to give it to Brock with 3 over Patrick Mahomes with 5?
I think you got to.
Cool. I'm cool. Bruh.
It's the same thing as like, you can use this, similar but different.
Okay.
The MVP is not supposed to be a quarterback award, but it's
MVP is the Super Bowl.
I know, but I'm talking about MVP of the league is not supposed to be a quarterback award, but that's what it's turned into. So you have outliers of someone else who could win it, but let's be honest, it's probably going to be a quarterback.
So y'all can see this, right? Okay, so this is one of the shirts that I'm working on. Okay, but this is another one I want to show y'all. Right, y'all seen that? Okay, no, wait, no. Now I have to switch it. How do I switch it? Okay, hold on. Let me see. Give me a second. My bad. Jason, see, this is why Jason does all this stuff. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Okay. I trust everybody on the show. Please, y'all don't steal my design. Okay. I am trademarking this.
Yeah, that's another one that's like, we definitely should have won that game.
Okay.
One pass by Jimmy and everything is completely different today.
So y'all see this, right? I'm trying to figure out how to make the chicken or the rooster red and gold. I'm trying to come up with the Brock shirt. Y'all see that, right? I'm trying to come up. If somebody can do some graphic design and make the chicken red and gold, make this all look, we'll talk about me paying for y'all or splitting the proceeds of the shirts or whatever. But I mean, Jimmy was kind of 3-and-out Jimmy, but I want Brock Purdy to be successful. Like, I have a whole line of relevant ideas, Yeah. Relevant MVP, relevant, I want this to be, Brock to succeed. Anyway, we're up over an hour. Oh, we got tons of comments. Damn, I'm slacking in my mouth. Anyway, all right, y'all. Jason, final thoughts?
Good win. I'm over it already. Let's get ready for the Seahawks. I want to hurry up and get this division sewed up, work on that number 1 seed, maybe heal up. We've got a couple of injuries going on right now. Obviously, Armstead is down, but Khalil Davis played pretty damn good in his.
Okay, so he's officially out?
No, but I'm saying he's hurt right now.
Oh,
because once he came out of the game, he didn't come back in. So we'll see how, if that continues to go on.
Where he's from.
I'm sorry?
When he got kicked in the knee in Jacksonville.
Oh, I thought it was a foot. So I figured it was his
no, it's his knee that what kept him took him out of the game, I believe, was a knee.
So, keep everybody healthy, lock down the division first, then worry about the number 1 seed, because I don't see it. The fact that we went to Philly and beat Philly in Philly, to me, more than anything else, proves to this team and pretty much anybody else we can meet in the playoffs, your home field advantage don't mean shit to us. We can still run you over.
But ultimately, you want the I would not be mad if that game was at Levi's.
Oh, no. I know, but I'm saying, like, at this point, if there was any doubt in anybody's mind that, we're scared to, like, like the whole thing with Lambeau Field for years and years. Oh, we're playing a Lambeau. We're going to lose. We're playing in Philly. Can we beat them in Philadelphia? It's a tough crowd, a tough team, blah, blah, blah. That's all been gone. We have proven that plenty of times that we can go into anybody's house and wreck it. So
yeah, look, in one game, this is the thing about it. Maybe I'm a little emotional when I say I'm wearing my hat backwards, all that. Yeah, that's the fan in me, okay? But come on, we're the Empire. There's very few fan bases I would believe we wouldn't take over their stadium. Very few. Let that game be at SoFi again, please. Oh. Actually, no, please don't. Because actually, the only way that's in SoFi is if we collapse.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, so please don't have that game being so far. Never mind. So ultimately, has Brock Purdy has proven to me with this game that for one game, I trust him to go in and play the type of quarterback that we can win anywhere. For one game. Now, can he do it over the course of it? Whatever. But for one game, yeah, that's maybe except Minnesota, which even now in Minnesota, you put Trent in there and a Debo. I'll send that right, especially without Kirk Cousins. What Detroit? Yeah, them on a fast track, but Nick Bosa and Chase Young and Javon Hargrave and Eric Armstead or whoever we have in the middle.
We eat Detroit alive. I'm sorry, we eat Detroit alive.
I'm sorry, we eat Jared Goff alive. Again. Now look, it twice in. I'll say this right now, in twice a year, if two quarterbacks, that being Kirk Cousins, because let's be real, Joe Burrow. I mean, when we beat them in 2021, they could have easily won that game.
Yeah.
So let's be real. We eat Kirk Cousins' lunch. We eat Jared Goff's lunch. The only time the Yams have beat us since we were relevant was with Matthew Stafford. Jared Goff literally did not beat us when we were relevant as a quarterback. I'm sorry. If this D-line does not eat quarterbacks and offensive lines that we've watched since we became that D-line alive twice in 1 year, we don't deserve to win the Super Bowl. We don't deserve to call ourselves the best D-line in football, and we don't deserve to win the Super Bowl. That's what this team is built to do. This team is built to eat Kirk Cousins alive. This team is built to eat Jared Goff alive. Cool, Lions, because as it stands right now, we would play the Packers in the first round. Detroit would play Minnesota.
That'd be fun in my house.
Yeah. Detroit would play Minnesota. I'm sorry, bro. We ate Aaron Rodgers alive. We're eating Jordan lives. I don't even want to think of that. I don't even want to think about that matchup, bro. At Levi's. Oh, and your boy might be there? Oh. Anyway.
I'd be sleeping on the couch one way or the other.
Shit. Throw up your nines, Jason. Anyway,
I told you the last time, right? We beat him in the playoffs. She just kind of threw the pillow and the blanket out and slammed the door.
Yeah, see, and your wife didn't want to be around with somebody like me because I'd be all night in the living room.
Oh, I did.
I'd be blasted, bang, Niner gang.
I did.
Oh yes. That's why you're my co-host. Anyway, so Detroit would play Minnesota. Detroit should beat Minnesota.
Yeah.
The Falcons would play the Cry Girls. The Cry Girls would beat the Falcons. So it'd be So in the second round, it'd be Philly, the Cry Girls, and us in Detroit. I like that.
I take that.
Us in Detroit, and so you got Niners, Whackers, and us in Detroit at Levi's, and then either we have Dallas at home, or we go to Philly for the NFC Championship game. Truthfully, honestly, that would be the NFL's dream. Have Niners Philly either the first round, or the second round, and then Niners Eagles or Niners Cry Girls for the NFC Championship.
Yeah, either way,
that's the NFL's dream right there.
Yeah,
because let's be real, you'd rather have Niners Cry Girls. Let's be real, it belongs in the NFC. Like last year, felt good, all that, but Niners Cry Girls belongs in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, it's two legends. I mean.
That's what we play.
Legends. Yeah.
Think about every game that matters at Niners Cry Girls. Close your eyes, Jason. Imagine every game that you in your life. They're all the NFC Championship game. From our childhood, they're literally the game, the catch. And all throughout our childhood, it's the NFC Championship game. 3 years in a row. So, and Niners Philly in the divisional round still feels like a little bit of a letdown. Even though fine Niners Cry Girls, Niners Philly in the second round still feels a little bit like a letdown. Like, you know, if it's Niners Phillies, it's meant to be in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
All right, brother. See you Friday, 6?
Friday, 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Your boy bought a bed. So that's why I wasn't able to do it last Friday.
That's fine. Last Friday was kind of a jumble thing.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't see you message. So I was like, I didn't know what was going on with the show. So I kind of
it didn't happen. It didn't help that I worked 16 hours that day. So I mean, there was more than just all the other background stuff. There was also So all right.
Oh, my girl was kind of depressed when I asked her, but she was like, no go on Miami. But I'm going to ask her probably maybe even tonight, because she might be in a better mood tonight, and maybe see if we can get a, yeah, baby, let's do it for Miami. So,
Mac is not stop messaging me nonstop.
So check back with me on Friday.
All right,
bro. We'll see you next week.
Deuces.
Or see you Friday. Yeah. All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Daddy's gonna go have a cigarette and do all this, get the show up and everything. But thank you everybody for tuning in. As always, help out Niner Faithful Radio by using our shop49ers.com affiliate link. Link is in this video or podcast. Go to SeatGiant.com. Use the promo code Niner Faithful Radio to save on your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out your show. Catch Jason and I Friday night, 6 p.m. here on the West Coast. Actually, hopefully, I actually might have a surprise for him and myself Friday. Fingers crossed. To see everywhere you can subscribe, go ahead and visit NinerFaithfulRadio.com/subscribe. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio, Twitter at Niner Faithful R. Check me out pregame. Jason will do halftime, and Jamie will be live with our postgame. And this week's special promo code for 20% off for the Faithful by the Faithful. Season 3 apparel is, again, beat the Sheekhawks. All right, we'll see y'all Friday. Till then, faith, love, and happiness. Go Niners.
Rice has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana. Touchdown, John Taylor.
See ya.